Well, for a lot of September, it was feeling like summer, and as we're going to October, that summer warmth is continuing. I will go into the weekend, but we're going to have a system this weekend. That's going to bring some rain chances, bring some gusty winds, and finally bring back fall here to the Northland. It's going to finally feel like cool weather for us once we get into next week. We haven't felt it in a while, and yesterday definitely didn't feel it once again. Look at these. Most of us got into the 80s for those highs. It was a pretty warm day, to say the least. This will be considered warm even in July, so we've been feeling it. The only cool spots, it looks like towards Grand Marais and some spots along the North Shore, but outside of that, been feeling that heat. And as we get into the morning, a little different. We had temperatures cool overnight, especially in northern Minnesota, gone to the 40s. This is why we do have those dense fog advisories. This will go until 10 a.m. So just be cautious as you get after your morning commute. If you are in northern Minnesota, might run into a patch of some dense fog. And temperatures, once that fog burns off, we're just going to get warm like it has been yesterday. It has been similar conditions as we continue through the week. Today, highs into the upper 70s, low 80s for many of us. A little bit of a lake breeze will come back, so we can see some coastal areas stay cooler, but outside of that, still going to feel very warm outside. And guess what? Winds are going to start picking up again. We see them pick up a little bit later today, and in fact, that's why you see a little bit of that lake breeze coming a little bit off the lake there, but that's going to change as we start heading into the weekend. Notice, winds out of the south, and they're going to be gusty. They're going to get up to 30, even 40-mile-per-hour gusts, especially as we get to Sunday. Sunday looking to not just be warm, but windy as well. And this is going to continue to pump in heat. It looks like Saturday is going to be the hottest of these days. We're going to be looking at highs getting well into the 80s for many of us, some upper 80s possible. I want to say any low 90s are impossible. It's very unlikely we see low 90s, but man, there might be a station here or there to get into the low 90s if you really get that heat coming in. So it is going to be another warm one. In fact, we do have moderate to major risk possible with the heat as we get into our Saturday. Humidity won't be too bad, but enough to make it feel very hot outside, especially for this time of year. So be ready for that. And now we're going to look at satellite radar. Not too much action right now. Had a little bit of shower action in the UP. Looks like we have some off to the north, but mostly it's just a mix of clear skies and some clouds outside of that fog. And that's going to be the case for today. Some clouds, but we should still also get some sunshine, maybe a stray shower here and there. However, when it really comes to rain, is what we're going to see this weekend. As we're going to have a Colorado low system move on up here to the Northland, especially as we get to Sunday. Now we have to keep a close eye on this because you'll notice we're going to be on the dry side, the east side. That's where we're going to have the warmth and the stability in, but we are going to have this plume of moisture just ahead of the cold front. That's going to allow that cold front to initiate some convection. In fact, you can see here, we look at the 700 millibar, which is about a mile or two up. You'll notice this band of moisture, and that's going to be ahead of this cold front right here. So we can see some shower and storm action that will be scattered. If you pull this out, look at here, Sunday, this is one of our model runs. The chances are greatest as you go into further northwest, especially up here, Koochee and Itasca counties. But all of us across the Northland can see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Any thunderstorms you do see can bring some decent rain, but it looks like there are not going to be any issues with severe weather. That is the good news, but we definitely need that rain. So hopefully we do get a bit of rain because we've been abnormally dry. And as you can see here, abnormally hot. Well, that's no shock. We've been talking about all week, but look at this change that's coming. Finally, we're going to get seasonal weather to make its way back in. What does that mean? That means highs by the time we get to Monday, Tuesday in the 50s, lower 60s, low temperatures getting around freezing. And it looks like Wednesday morning is where we're going to really see a potential freeze for many of us. So we're finally going to see seasonal weather, and yes, this is seasonal. We've been so warm, this feels chilly, but that's actually what we expect to be this time of year. So enjoy summer while it is here over the next coming days. But as we get into next week's, thanks to a system this weekend, we're finally going to see those fall conditions make their way on back. With